So talking about your marketing and what you should be focusing on, one of the biggest things right now that you guys should be focusing on is listings and trying to get more listings, right? And this is always, not just now, but as we go into 2024, this is one of the biggest things you guys really should be focusing on is your marketing should be driven towards generating listing inventory for yourself. I think a lot of agents fall into this kind of this marketing message of thinking about buying or why rent when you can buy, and it's all buy, right? And a lot of their messaging is geared towards buyers. What I want you guys to focus on is shifting your messaging in your marketing to selling and to trying to attract and identify and find sellers for yourselves. So a lot of what I've put together is kind of talks about marketing in general, but marketing with a focus on listings. So the first one I wanted to go over is just a Buffini tool that it's an awesome little Buffini one-sheeter that I found. And it's very relevant. It just was released recently. So it's 5 strategies to increase listings in a tight market. And I thought some of these were great strategies to share with you guys. Number 1 is connect with your database. And one of the sheets that I passed out that we're going to go over, the database marketing, falls right in line with that, right? Is your database. If you have a database, if you don't have a database, focusing on building one. How am I building my database, right? Like Buffini says, go out and be the mayor every day. Go out with 5 business cards in your pocket. I'm not coming home today until I hand out all 5 of these business cards to somebody, right? And asking for referrals. You know, it's the old, you know, hey, if a friend or family member is thinking about buying or selling, do you have a real estate agent that you would refer them to? And then hopefully they say, well, you know, no, I really don't. Or yes, I do. Either way, you have a script for that from Buffini, right? Making sure you know that script and you've embodied that script. You're not, a lot of people, a lot of agents go out with the perspective of, hey, are you thinking about buying or selling in the next year? No, right? It's the car salesman mentality. When you go onto a car sales lot and you're looking to buy a car and the car salesman walks up to you and says, hey, are you thinking about buying a car? It's like 85 or 90% of people say what? Nope, just here looking. Really? How many people walk onto a car lot just looking? So you put them on that defensive of not wanting to be sold to. But when you ask them if they have somebody that they refer to, if they hear of somebody thinking about buying or selling, now you put them in thinking mode, right? Like, oh, I don't know. Do I know a realtor? Do I have somebody I'd refer out to? But contact everyone in your database with either a handwritten note card, a phone call, or sending them an email. Obviously, I prefer the handwritten note cards and the phone calls, especially as we go into the holidays, guys. There's so many reasons to send handwritten note cards, right, to your database, to everybody in your database, whether it's Halloween coming up, Thanksgiving getting ready to come up, and then obviously the winter holidays as well. Be a resource on real estate related matters for your database. Share relevant real estate information like that BiggerPockets article on your social media. You could do a TikTok video on that article, right? You could have the article up on your screen and you could do a video talking about the things, the tips in that article and share it out on TikTok. A little 2-minute recap of this article with a link in the comments. That would be huge, but it sets you up as the expert, as a resource for what's going on in the real estate market. And you want to do it from always a positive message, right? Because everybody's getting bombarded with the media and what's the message they're hearing from the media? The sky's falling. Yeah. The world's ending, doom and gloom. Don't do anything. Hide under a rock for the rest of your life. But no, so, you know, the media messages are all of the NAR crap that's going on, all of the lawsuits. If you're not keeping up with all of that, you should be, because if somebody asks you about it and says something to you about it, you need to know how you're going to respond and how are you going to respond, right? Redirect, positive, local, hyper local. Maryland is always a sheltered market. We're always unique. We never fall in line with the national averages. Focus on that and why. So if you can speak to that educatedly, why Maryland is such a hyper local, unique market. Every time the market shifts, we're different and we beat all of the national averages for the positive. And if you can explain why, people will be impressed and it will shift it to that positive messaging. Ask your past clients for possible referrals, hold an event for your clients and let them know they can invite their friends. This one is huge, guys. And that's why I like to teach this class in September as we go into October. So hold an event for your clients and let them know they can invite their friends. This doesn't have to be a crazy expensive event. It can be something very economical. You don't have to do it. You don't have to rent a facility or do it someplace where you have to pay. So some ideas of different client appreciation events that agents have done typically in the fall, winter timeframe, because it's so easy. So one of them is obviously as we come up towards Halloween, whom usually does, and Marissa does one as well, pumpkin patches. So you can invite your people out to a pumpkin patch. They've done Sharps Farm, they've done Laura Land, whichever. You don't want it to be too far away, but invite them out to a pumpkin patch, arrange it ahead of time with the pumpkin patch and just say, hey, I know you have a whole section of picnic tables over here. I would like to do a client event here and invite all my clients out. I'm going to buy all the kids a little spooky pumpkin, the little mini pumpkins. They're like 99 cents or something like that. Bring paint kits and set up a table with tablecloths. Each kid that comes gets a free little spooky pumpkin with paints that they can paint a pumpkin and take it home with them. You could do photo opportunity. You could, whatever you want to do, hay rides. So what Marissa and whom have done is they do the free pumpkin for every kid that comes, and then they do the hay ride. So they let them go on a hay ride and they get a little coupon and they arrange it with the pumpkin patch ahead of time. That's a really economical opportunity. People are going to pumpkin patches. We were just talking about it anyway at this time of year. The other one for November is the reverse pie party. So a pie pickup party. You invite them. A lot of agents do it here at the office. Cassie, you want to talk a little bit about yours? Do you mind?
Oh, so Saturday I'm doing, it's actually my second customer appreciation. And I usually do the inside a year and it's a sip and shop. So I had different sorority sisters and different local vendors and they come and they shop, but I have food, together some little sandwiches and drinks from Redlands and people can get food and they can shop. And then I have a little, I'll show it to you guys, but it's some Tootsie Rolls and it says thanks for, I don't know. Let me hold on.
Yeah.
And that's like,
it was cute.
So I have probably like 40 people coming, but we have a good time.
So it's a reverse Popeye. They get a little gift from her when they get here. And all it's costing her is just the snacks that she's going to have. That is it. Well, the pie one I'm going to go over with you. So the reverse pie party is very similar to what Cassie's doing. And a lot of agents have it here at the office. So, Cassie, how much is that costing you?
That's cute.
$300. A client appreciation event.
No, not really, but Keith comes by, Nick comes by. It's not really to capture. I mean, it is to capture more business, but it's more like it's putting my clients in front of some small businesses because a lot of my girlfriends and stores, they put like my card or like stuff like this. They'll put it in their packages. So it's a way for me to thank them throughout the year and they can make some money.
And it's fun, right? I mean, it's the time of year for, yeah.
And it was like all rainy and gloomy, but I don't know how I
last year.
Room, but
yeah.
It was like a pop, it was cute.
Yeah, but Holly Greenstreet did one around Easter, and I'm getting to the pie party one. I haven't forgotten that one. Holly Greenstreet did one at the weekend before Easter last year, and she did photos with the Easter bunny. So she had somebody dressed up as an Easter bunny, somebody dressed up as an Easter egg, and it was actually I think it was her son, her teenage son. And one of his friends dressed up as the Easter bunny and the egg. She invited all of her clients to come out. They all got a nice photo, digital print or a printed photo of their kids with the Easter bunny. And then she had like I think she did like maybe an Easter egg hunt or some craft activity, light refreshments. And that was at the Pasadena office. Super easy. It cost her next to nothing. Oh, wait, Joshua just came in and he's online. So anyway, the reverse pie party one. So some agents have it here or at the Pasadena office on a Saturday morning before Thanksgiving. Other agents, Dennis and Marissa do it at their houses every year. And they do this every year consistently, and you give a pie. So where do you get the pies? There's two different places you can get the pies. Some people get them from Costco and do their own, like Marissa prints a nice label, ties it up with some raffia, makes it look really cute. The other place is PRMI. Bronwyn will do your pies for you, your entire pie order. She'll even send out the email to your clients, inviting them. She'll create the pie party email, inviting them out to your event. You tell her where you're going to hold it, what times they can pop in to pick up their pie. And with a little multiple choice question form, what kind of pie would you like? Pumpkin, apple. I think she did pumpkin and apple or the two choices, but they could pick their type of pie. She does your labels, your raffia, makes them look super cute. And then either Keith will bring them here and deliver them to the office or the Pasadena office for you, or you can go to Towson and pick them up from her. But they do it every year for any of their agents. Bronwyn.
Yeah, I booked the place already.
Nice. Awesome.
That was, it's, I don't know, you don't know, Okamoka is in our view.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's awesome.
It's ran by UMBC.
Yeah, I've been there. I love that little coffee shop. And they have a back, are you doing it in that back room, that like party room that they have? Nice, very cool. Yeah. So Marissa and Dennis do it at their house, and they have, it's like a part, they make it like a party. Dennis was doing like a Friday night party, and he would have, I know one year, because he invited me, and he did a taco bar. So it was super easy. Well, Katie did a taco bar, let's be real here. But they did a taco bar, and it was just all the, taco meat and chicken meat in crock pots, all the fixings, and it was just a taco bar and some desserts. And people could come anytime between the hours of 7 and 9 to come pick up your pie. His whole front dining room was stacked with pies. And so it's just a way to show client appreciation, right? But you do it the weekend before Thanksgiving so that they have the pie to use for their Thanksgiving dinner. Rob Eckert did an awesome one, Savannah. He last year, I think it was last year was his first year, and he didn't have a database. He had no database, military, retired here, knows nobody. He moved into a little row house community in Fed Hill or Fells Point over there. And his neighborhood does a turkey bowl football game the Wednesday night before Thanksgiving every year. And it's like a neighborhood thing, and it's potluck. And I think everybody brings a dish or whatever. So what he did was he sent out something, door knocked all of his neighbors, and had a little postcard that said he wanted to, as a little introduction to meet all of his neighbors, he wanted to give everybody a Thanksgiving pie at the turkey bowl game for their Thanksgiving table. That was his intro into his neighborhood. That was, he literally had moved into the neighborhood, I want to say in like September or October. He hadn't even been there hardly at all. He went to a local bakery because he wanted one that was like recognizable, and he wanted to support a local small business. So he did a local bakery, and he went and he took pie orders and ordered and gave out pies with his messaging, his information on it. And then that was how he met people in his neighborhood. Because you're on base.
I'm on base, so I don't know if I can solicit.
But you're not soliciting, you're giving a gift. There's a difference. There's a very specific,
Things on a door though.
but you're not, you're door knocking
It's an invitation.
That's true.
to invite
Like a
them.
party invite.
Yes, you're inviting them to a party, to an event.
Facebook too, because he said the community had like.
A Facebook group.
page or Facebook.
Next door too.
What's that?
Yeah.
Yeah. She lives on base in base housing, but I think you're right. It's still, if you're inviting them to something.
Yeah.
Like you said, there's community centers that you can
Yeah, I
utilize.
can do free community.
So you could do a reverse, a meet and greet, new neighbor meet and greet, or a neighborly meet and greet, or whatever. And you could give out a Thanksgiving pie. I want to give all of my neighbors, as a little gift from me to you, to meet you and get to know you a little bit better. A pie for your Thanksgiving table. And you're not soliciting, you're inviting them to a party, to an event. Marissa does it at her house the Saturday before Thanksgiving, and it's like a huge party. Like, it's awesome. It's turned into like fire pits and people sit around playing music. She makes her sangria that she makes every year. She gets a food truck. So she brings a food truck to park it at the end of her driveway. And it's awesome. People come and pick up their pies. But the nice thing about the reverse pie pickup is, one, you're not running around delivering it to everybody, right? So it has them coming to you someplace. The only thing you have to pay for is what you choose to put into it. So Whom has done it here at the office before, and he's just done like in the morning, Saturday morning from 10 to 12, pop by, pick up your pie. And he does like maybe, apple dumpling donuts and cider and fruit or whatever. Keep it super, super simple, right? And then they come in, they pop in and they pick up their pie. Costs you nothing except for the refreshments that you have and the pies that you buy. The Costco pies, I don't know if they still are. First of all, they're like this big, and I think they're like $6.99. So the only couple tips with that, if you decide to do Costco and not Bronwyn, you need to call Costco ahead of time. The Costco you're going to go to pick them up at, because there's so many realtors that are Buffini realtors that do this. They get bombarded with pie requests. But you need to pre-order your pies. Wegmans also has phenomenal pies, but they are more expensive. Sam's Club has, yeah. So Sam's Club, Costco.
Does Bronwyn buy pies per RSVP?
Yes.
Where if you go to Costco, you're sort of generalizing.
No. So what I would recommend is no. So if you're going to do it yourself and buy your own pies, you still have people RSVP. So you would send out like a punch bowl. And people have to respond RSVP with their pie preference and say, please RSVP by this date. You just can't. And if you're going to Costco, remember, you have to go like the day of or the day before to buy your pies. You can't store them. They have to stay cold-ish. And they don't keep, if they're outside of a refrigerator. So I know like Marissa would go like the Saturday morning of her party and take a couple cars, hers and Lauren's.
Deliver on Saturday.
Bronwyn would deliver them. Yeah, or you can go pick, like if you're going to do it on a Saturday morning or a Saturday, I would say probably more likely it would be Friday.
You still have to be able to store that.
Yeah. But I mean, October is usually cold. I mean, November, it's usually cold enough that you could keep them. Marissa, I think, keeps them outside in her car so that they stay cold. But yeah.
Mama also has a team, so she wouldn't be the only one. And they do
Yeah.
stuff on the weekend.
Yep. Keith, yeah. And so, yeah. What I would say is invite Keith, and then Keith would probably deliver the pies. Yeah. Just make sure you connect with Keith early enough, because if there's like 10 of you trying to get Keith to do your pie parties with you on Saturday before Thanksgiving, he's only one person. So he's going to have to run around to all these different places. So those are kind of November themed events. So October pumpkin patch ideas are awesome ones. November reverse pie pickups. And then December would be obviously holiday parties, either holiday happy hour or a holiday party someplace. So I know Bob Fry, whom I think Buckman has done client appreciation parties in December, or you could even do January after the holidays, right? And Jim used to always do these, and they do an actual, like we do our agent appreciation party, holiday party, they would do the same thing. So Whom was doing them at Nottingham's in Columbia, because they have a big back room with pool tables and things like that. Some people, Bob Fry has done it like at a farm where he had like a band, and I mean, it was a big deal. And then, David Buckman, I don't know where Buckman did his. I think he did it at a restaurant or a bar, a back room at a bar. Union Jacks has an area, Frisco's Tap House, where we did our agent appreciation party. So for those, that's going to be a little bit more costly, right? There's more of an expense to it. You're going to have food and drinks, and you're covering that. A lot of times your lender may go in on it with you, or some of it with you. The benefit, no matter whichever event type you do, the benefit of those events is it gives you typically at least 5 touch points around that one event during the holidays, right? So you figure the first one would be a save the date. Second one is the invitation. Third one would be calling through everybody to remind them of the party, or anybody that hadn't responded to the invitation to invite them out personally. The fourth one is what? The party itself, yes. And then the fifth one would be the thank you notes or the I'm sorry I missed you handwritten note cards, right? The winter party, we always gave our thing, Jim's thing was an ornament. So every year the clients got an ornament. Every year it was a different ornament. And on the back, he wrote Hyatt Home Team 2000 Christmas party 2019, 2020, 2000. So the cool thing is clients would send us pictures of all their past client appreciation party ornaments when they would pull them out of the box and as they're putting them on the tree. And it was pretty cool. Even if people didn't come to the party, he would do a puffy packaged envelope and send them their ornament in the mail so that they still got their ornament from him after the party and say, sorry, we missed you. You know, here's the ornament that we gave out this year. Look forward to or hope to see you next year. And the cool thing about that is because you're building your business based off of referrals, what would happen at those parties? So the reverse pie parties or the reverse appreciation parties are really good ones as you're building your business because it's kind of stop in anytime between and pick up your pie or come for ice cream or whatever you want to do, right? So you're not, because a lot of agents will say, well, I'm brand new. I don't want everybody to see. What if nobody comes? I don't want people to see that there are only 3 people there. So if you do it as like an open house type thing, nobody knows how many people came or didn't come, how many people came earlier or came later. Oh, you just missed the mad rush or, you know, oh, I have a lot of people coming later towards the end of the day. It must be a busy sports day or whatever. But the client appreciation event, the cool thing about it is as you're building your business based on referral, what happens is your party obviously grows as your database grows and your deals grow. But what you start to see is the first couple of years where you might have this couple over here sitting by themselves, and then you have, you know, this couple sitting by themselves and nobody really knows each other and you're working the room. Then the following year, this couple and this couple are sitting together because they're good friends. And then this couple and their mom and dad are sitting together because they know each other, because they referred each other. So as your referrals grow, these pockets of people that know each other and socialize grow, and the atmosphere in your party turns into this really cool, fun party event that people look forward to coming to every year. The tip about inviting, let them know to bring a friend. So for everybody that brings a friend that's interested in buying or selling in 2024, you get an extra entry into the raffle drawing or whatever. Bring a referral, get an extra entry into the raffle drawing. So you don't want to just say, I mean, you could say bring a friend. It's up to you and your budget, right? Pay attention to your budget. But ideally we would say, bring somebody who's thinking about buying or selling in 2024 and get an extra entry into the raffle drawing or whatever. Yeah.
Can you do the raffle drawing if you're doing an open house type of thing where you have to be sort of?
Yes.
paired?
Yep. Because everybody that comes enters into the drawing. And then you go live. So you let everybody know because it's like an open house type thing. People are coming and going. You don't have to be present to win. As soon as the party is over at 12 o'clock or whatever, we're going to go live and draw the winner of the gift, the raffle item, and announce it on social media. And then we will also, you know, contact the winner directly. So yeah, you could do it that way. And that gets you more fun social media interaction, right? Because people are now seeing you go live. So they get an alert that John Taylor's going live on Facebook. And then you could record it, create a TikTok video of it and put it out on TikTok, do an Instagram reel. Like you could really cross market that video as your client appreciation drawing. Right. Yep, exactly. There goes Joshua. Bye, Joshua. Yes. That's a great, but I would, whatever event you do either want to have, well, I mean, if you do the reverse pie party, that's their gift that they get, right? If you do the pumpkin patch, each kid gets a pumpkin or a small size pumpkin or whatever. If you do a client winter party, have some sort of giveaway item. Either everybody gets one of, and, or we're doing a raffle and everybody's entered to win the raffle item to draw people in. Prospect around a sale. This one, you guys know, this one you're doing a lot of, your open house. So some of these ideas, and I share this in my open house class that I think is in YouTube, but holding successful open houses. When you hold an open house, first of all, please don't just throw it on the calendar and throw it on the MLS and then expect people to, and put it on Facebook and expect people to show up. You really need to be marketing your open house the week before the open house. So if you are being asked to host an open house, ask them to give you a week's notice. Say, oh, I'd really like to be able to market it to boost the attendance. So can I hold it next weekend, right? And have a week to market your open house. The reason why is, one, you should be running boosted social media ads. We went over yesterday, KV Core, the property boost ads for open houses. I would do that one. Or you could do Facebook boosted ads through the Exit Ad Center. You pick your budget, you decide how long you want it to run. If anybody wants help with that, I can go over that because I haven't taught that in a while. But then you're also going to door knock the neighborhood around your open house the week before the open house. So every day go out and door, however many houses are in the open house in the neighborhood, every day the week before, go out and door knock. What are you saying to them when you're door knocking them? Yes. Yep. And then you're also saying, oh, by the way, this house is going to sell extremely fast. Houses are selling typically in less than 8 days in this market. So we're going to have a lot of buyers that come out to the open house that are going to be left without a house. Who in the neighborhood, if you had to say, do you think is the next one that might be thinking about moving that I should be having a conversation with? And then you wait and let them think. Because what do people like to do? Gossip. Right? So if they know, especially those nosy neighbors, if you knock on that door, that's the nosy neighbor that knows everybody's bedroom business.
She's walking you through the window.
Yeah, that's right.
I had neighbors
Yeah.
watch some of mine open house, all of them, all 10 grannies.
Oh my God.
They said, we're just gonna hang out for the open house. We need to see how everyone, who's gonna be our neighbor.
Holy
They
moly.
brought-
Wow.
Sounds great.
Wow. That is hardcore. But ideally, you want to find that person that's going to tell you, oh, well, you know what? My girlfriend down the street, her kids are all gone. She's empty nesting now. And they want to move to Delaware. They bought a house in Delaware. They want to move. They're going to be selling next year, sometime next year. You should definitely have a conversation with her, right? Or let me tell you, that couple down the street, he hasn't been sleeping at the house for like a month now. I would have a conversation with them. I mean, you will get it though. You will hear it, right? You will hear it all. But you're looking for, my focus for you would be to door knock that neighborhood around your open house, because it's that reticular activator, right? One property goes up for sale and those people that were thinking about it, now what happens? It's like a domino effect. And I always hear agents get so frustrated when they're like, I can't believe it. I put that house up for sale and then 3 more houses went up for sale the next week and I didn't get a single one of them. None of them called me. Well, what did you do to drive those calls, to get those listing appointments, right? Door knock, door knock, door knock. I love the philosophy of putting your property on and coming soon for a week so that you can door knock. You schedule your open house for the Saturday after it goes active, make it active on Thursday or Friday. Saturday, you're doing an open house, but you've done a boosted ad and you've door knocked that whole week prior to your open house for other listings that might be getting ready to go active, right? Invite the neighbors out for the first hour of your open house to a neighbors only exclusive open. Offer neighbors a free market analysis of their home's value. So a property valuation report, right? And then contact them after the sale with the details of the sale. Did I bore you? No problem. Thanks for coming by, Saeed. So contact the neighbors after the sale with the details of the sale, right? Let them know, because what are they doing? They're waiting on bated breath to see what it sold for. They can't wait to see how much it sold for. Let them know and do that case study. If anybody remembers the Tom Ferry listing video that I teach in Achievement Academy for winning listing presentations, he goes over he teaches you that case study of reverse engineering the sale to a seller. And you start with the end result. So you tell that seller, when you call around to the neighbors, you're going to let them know, hi, Trevor, this is Tina Hyatt. I met you at the door last week when I was getting ready to do my open house. I know you were interested in this property and what was going to happen with the sale. I just wanted to give you a little recap. Is this a good time? So what happened? just to give you a summary, it sold for 35,000 over list price. We sold it in 2.5 days. I had 52 buyers come through that house. 34 came through my open house that I marketed for the entire week ahead of time on social media everywhere. I blasted it out. We had 52 off or whatever I said, I don't know, 12 offers, all of them escalating, home inspection waivers, appraisal waivers. They really made out tremendously and they got everything they were asking for, everything they wanted in selling that home. Is that a powerful phone call? Or do it as a little case study postcard. So if you don't have their phone numbers, Remine is a great place to find phone numbers. But if you don't have their phone numbers, do a case study postcard. It's called an EOS, Evidence of Success postcard. You create it in Canva and it's that exact little, it's like a testimonial, but you say, Mr. and Mrs. Homeowner in the Academy Heights neighborhood listed there. You don't give actual names. You don't give the exact address, but last week, Mr. and Mrs. Homeowner in Academy Heights neighborhood listed their home for sale with my team or myself and my team. And just wanted to give you an update on how that listing went, right? Sold for X amount over list price, blank amount of offers in X amount of number of days, escalation clauses, appraisal waivers, whatever, home inspection contingency waivers.
That was one of us.
Was it your listing or your offer? Oh,
We had 3 offers, 2 of them had escalation clauses.
nice.
And I got, both of them fighting over the appraisal gap,
Wow.
like waived the home inspection.
Sweet. So that is a perfect example that I would send out to that neighborhood and your database as what's called an evidence of success postcard. Just exactly what happened, details. You don't give exact like name and address, but this is what recently happened in the whatever neighborhood. So interested in a free valuation report or a property valuation report for your home and how we might be able to help you sell your home, call today to set up an appointment or scan the QR code below to schedule a non-committal, no hassle and or request your property valuation report. You could use a landing page from KV Core that you build requesting a free property valuation report, create a QR code to go along with it, put the QR code, because a lot of times people are more willing to scan a QR code and go online and request something than they are to pick up the phone and call, right? So make it easy. Put that QR code on there and have it go to a landing page that you create in KV Core for a free property valuation report that they submit their name, email address, and phone number, and then it comes through to you when they hit submit. That would be what I would do with those exact details of what went on to try to pick up those people that are thinking about selling. Yeah. Network. I'm not going to go over that one, but networking is important, right? Your marketing strategies, create a dynamic website and social media post strategy using graphics and video. Mail a flyer each month with relevant content. This is obviously your Buffini item of value mailer. It's a monthly mailer. And for those of you who don't know, we do put those in the Google Drive. So in the exit agent resources, so if you go into KV Core and you go up to the top under quick links, one of the quick links is the exit agent resources quick link. And in there, obviously all of our monthly social media content folders are in there for you, but there's also the Buffini monthly items of value. So there's pop by tags. So all kinds of different pop by tags, and then the monthly items of value mailers. This is his letter that's customizable or editable, and the 2-sided color flyer that goes along with it. We put it in there for you guys for free. All you have to do is print it in color, print the letter, and do your envelopes and mail it out. Okay, so it's a free monthly mailer. So if you're tight, or your budget's tight, or you don't want to spend a lot of money, or it's a great one to work in between your magazines. So if you're doing the magazines and sending those out, this is a great one to do in between that costs you just what it costs you to print them. So we put those in there for you guys for free. I don't recommend newspaper ads. I know Buffini says that, and this is 2023 content. What? Who reads a newspaper? Anyway, team up with another professional to host an event. So that's another good one, is you could always partner with another agent if you wanted to, where you have very different databases, but maybe smaller databases, and host a joint event. It could be a homebuyer seminar. It could be something like Cassie's doing, her sip and shop. It could be a happy hour, whatever you want it to be, but do it together and you split the cost. So it helps you with that. Ruth Ann and Rob Eckert do joint first-time home buyer and seller seminars a lot. I mean, they're doing them almost every other month. And they just closed a couple days ago. I don't know if you guys saw their video with their clients dancing in. Those were first-time home buyers that they picked up at their first-time home buyer seminar, the first one that they held, I think last year. And they closed with them last week. So that's pretty awesome. But if you're focusing on sellers, don't be advertising and marketing first-time homebuyer seminars. I mean, you can do them, but I would encourage you to do a home seller seminar, right? Where you could have a vendor fair with contractors, landscapers, home inspectors, an appraiser on a panel to talk about appraisal values and appraisal waivers and what that means, or getting your home ready to list. So you could have a panel that could have a stager, you could have a home inspector, an appraiser, and a general contractor up there to talk about tips for getting your home ready to sell in any market, or how to maximize your home's resale value, right? Partner with people that you already use, partner with the home inspector that you use, partner with an appraiser that you've met and you really liked. There's some great home stagers that we have. Costs you nothing, guys, nothing. Bronwyn will create the invitations for you. You do the boosted Facebook ad, and that's all you're spending. Maybe you have some light refreshments. You could do it at PRMI in Towson. You could do it at the Pasadena office, this office, at a library, wherever you want to do it. Several of our agents have done them in libraries because they're free to use as long as it's open to the public. All right. Bronwyn, I'm glad you asked that. Bronwyn is the marketing director for Primary Residential Mortgage, Keith, our mortgage company. She's in Towson. She does marketing for our agents. She will help you build out an entire marketing plan for free. And then she'll help with implementation. So she does Cassie's mailers. She does, she advertises, she's doing for Rob and Ruth Ann. She does the invitations for their seminars. She does the RSVPs, creates the flyers. She does a lot of that for them. So she's awesome. I would reach out to her. Her name is Bronwyn Dunk, D-U-N-K. But she creates, all sorts of things. She is incredible, but she has a whole team. Yes, I can do that for you now. Can find it. But we usually bring her in January to do a marketing planning presentation and conversation. So here's her information: 443-846. I don't think I ever shared my screen with Zoom. 8336. And her email is bdunk@primeres.com. But she organized on Monday, yesterday, if anybody went, the video bio day at PRMI, and did free video bios for any of our agents that wanted professionally edited video bios for themselves. They did that yesterday. Cassie, you went and did that, didn't you?
Yeah,
Was it awesome?
it was. And they had, I had something prepared, but she had questions, for me, and she actually did it 2 times. So she'll cut the way it is that you'll be able to break it down into different segments based on who you're trying to attract. So
Nice. Awesome. Thank you.
and sometimes it's cool to just go up there and work. In
Mhm.
the area, they have rooms,
They're in Towson.
it's just a different space.
It's a nice workspace, gorgeous. So shifting gears a little bit, the other sheet that I prepared for you guys is database marketing, the database marketing handout. This one is just kind of step-by-step tips on how to communicate with your database. So it talks about, how many times, so using your CRM, right, which we talk about all the time. But what I really want to focus on is where the listing leads come from. So your number one source of listing leads is referrals. You want to segment your sphere of influence, your SOI, sphere, SPHERE, not SPAEAR. I've heard some people say my sphere of influence. Nope, we're not killing them. We're circling them in with love, right? I don't want to say that. I don't want to say. But this next sheet gives you a kind of a step-by-step guide of top touches. They say you should touch people in your database a minimum of 30 times a year, 30 touches a year to get top of mind and stay top of mind with them. So how do you do that? So one of the things is to focus on building and growing your database, right? I want everybody to think about it like a living, breathing organism. It's not a stagnant thing that it should always be growing. For every 6 people that you get top of mind with, you should close 1 deal a year out of your sphere of influence. Okay. So how do you get top of mind? So here is kind of a layout of the different touches that you should be doing on a regular basis. The first one is 1 email a month. So this was Market Leader. We used to do Market Leader. Now it's KV Core. But the e-newsletter through KV Core, or an email campaign that you're sending out, emailing out an article, whatever you're doing, just do it consistently. 1 email touch a month. So there's 12, right? 12 touches. A postcard that you send out to them. So whether it's RSP, whether it's evidence of success postcards with a case study, whatever it is, or, a recap of the year in business or a market update postcard, whatever you want it to be. But if you're doing RSP postcards, add your database to those postcards every time. You want the people in your database to be seeing what you're doing and what you're selling. They should be seeing that all the time from you. Okay. So make sure you add your database to your RSP postcards. Question. You look confused.
Well, it's not for me, that's why I'm
Okay.
confused.
And then, so the RSPs are nice because they're automatic. They automatically go out. One little tip that I caught on somebody's postcard, the RSP was not putting the office phone number on their postcard. So please make sure if they're sending out postcards for you, make sure that they're real estate commission compliant and that they are putting the office phone number on there. That's not necessarily a regulation in every state. So you need to make sure that they're doing it because that is a Maryland state regulation. Okay. But whatever you're sending out, also send it out to your database as well. It shows them that you're investing money into your business, right? That you're a real legitimate business. You're not just a fly by the seat of your pants, not spending any money and investing money on my business. Think about some of the top companies out there, the biggest brand names, how much money they invest in marketing for branding purposes alone, right? Millions or billions of dollars in marketing for companies like Coca-Cola. And I don't know, all these companies that are big companies. So it tells people that you're more legitimate. You're more of a real business. Sphere calls, calling through your database 4 times a year. So you want to call through that at least 4 times a year, touch base and talk to them. This is a cool little script that somebody shared with me, a real estate coach shared with me several years ago, which is an awesome little script that I think is an easy one to do. So it just says, "Hey, Trevor, this is Tina. How are you doing?" And the last thing you want them to say is, "Tina who?" That tells you you're failing. You're not doing your job, right? So ideally they're like, "Oh, great. Nope. Yeah. How are you?" "Good. I'm doing great. Hey, listen, did I catch you at a good time?" This is a business call. It's only going to take about a minute. I do this each month and I ask for a little bit of help. Can I ask you for some help? And usually they're going to be like, "Yeah, sure. No problem. What's up?" Who do you know that's looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? And then you wait. right? And let them answer. And if they say, oh, you know what? I don't know of anybody right now. Okay, no problem. That's no problem. Listen, do you mind that if you do come across somebody, can you let them know that I'm in the business and that I would take great care of them? Yeah, absolutely. I would totally do that. No problem. Great. Thank you so much. I hope you have a great rest of the day. Right? But you want to say this is a business call and it's only going to take a minute. Because then it tells them how long they're going to be on the phone with you and why you're calling. What you don't want to do is you don't want to be one of those agents that's like, hey, Trevor, it's Tina. What's up? How's it going? Good, good. How's life? How's the family? Yeah, great, great. So listen, hey, are you thinking about buying or selling in the next year? Or do you know of any, what?
So many businesses.
Right, exactly. Because then they think every time you call, you're looking for business. But here you've said, I do this about once a month. It's only going to take a minute, and this is strictly a business call. Is that okay with you? Right? So now you've set that parameter that this is a business call. I'm not trying to, backdoor, sneak around, play games or anything like that. Very to the point. And then afterwards, you send a handwritten thank you card. So we've got 12 monthly emails, right? 4 phone calls a year, that's 16, plus a thank you postcard after each one, that's 20. We're already up to 20 touch bases out of the 30. I'm not even taking into account your postcards that you may have sent to them. And then your extras, so purchase anniversaries, birthdays, those you can send automatically through KV Core now, right? And then your social media posts, make it a question, add a question in there so that people respond. Some of the best ones are polls or this or that, right? Which one do you prefer? This kitchen or that kitchen? Would you prefer a mountain house or a beachfront property? Gets people to engage, right? And gets them participating. Fun ones for Halloween are pet contests, pet costume contests. Send me pictures of your pets in their costumes. I'm going to do a little drawing and everybody that is entered in to win a $10 Dunkin' gift card or whatever. Whatever, fun things, right? But respond so that when people answer, first of all, it bumps to people's feeds, the top of people's feeds. And then when you engage and respond, it keeps bumping up, right? And then text messaging. So you can send out text broadcasts. What would you text out? So remember in KV Core, you can do mass texting. You could mass text out to people or do Hit 'em Up, that app that I showed you guys, open house invitations. They may not be interested in that neighborhood, but what does it tell them that you're doing? Working, selling houses, right? You're holding open houses. But invite them out to open houses. But you could text them if you do a client appreciation or a reverse pie party. Again, I said that's how many touches? 5 touches right there with one event. Whom has done in the summer, he does and Marissa does one too. Ice cream parties. Marissa does it at the ice cream cottage in Arbutus. Whom's done it at like just local ice cream shops. But you just let them know you're coming in, you're going to do a client appreciation event. You're going to pay for 1 ice cream cone for everybody that stops in that day. And you invite them out. You could give them the ice cream scooper with the hot buy tag, which is a cute little one. But think about different ways to connect with your database, right? Bronwyn has also done at PRMI, she does your pop buys for you as well. So one of them that she does at Christmas time is wrapping paper. Cassie, you did the wrapping paper one last year. So she actually takes a roll of wrapping paper, ties a little pop by tag around it with cute ribbon. And you could do this if you go to the dollar store, you can do it yourself, but she buys it in bulk. And then she delivers them or Keith delivers them to the office for you. And you go and you pop by all of your top people in your database. Your top people are your top referrers. So it might be 5 this year. It might be 15 next year. It might be 50 the following year, right? But these are your A+ people, your raving fans, the ones that refer you out all the time or would if they knew of somebody thinking about buying or selling.
And I usually do my pop-bys when I know people are home, so I can record myself.
Yes, I love that one.
So I do it in people right now.
Yep.
And I'm like, hey, I just got past your house, put your company in the door.
Mm-hmm. So another cute one, if you don't want to do the pumpkin patch event, and this Savannah would be cute for your neighborhood. To drop off, you gotta run.
Seek out you, but
Oh,
you're
okay.
good.
Another
Being
one-
helpful, it's-
Oh,
But-
nice. For your neighbor, anybody's neighborhood where there's kids, a lot of kids in the neighborhood. is little Halloween goodie bags. So you could just do a little goodie bag for Halloween. Don't wait to give it out on Halloween night because what happens to it? It gets lost, right? Yes, but you're gonna door knock and pop by with a little Halloween goodie bag. So along Cassie's lines, Dennis did this a couple years ago. He dressed up as Captain America and went in costume to do his, and Dennis Bentley, and this is so out of character for Dennis. So it's so out of character for him. So he was so uncomfortable doing it, but he did it. And so when he would get to somebody who didn't answer the door, he did a little video. So it's himself on their doorstep, dressed up as Captain America with his little Halloween. But these are people that already know you. These are your database people, Yeah. right?
That was our realtor.
Yes, exactly. And they call the cops, yeah.
They called the cops.
No, but he sent me this video. Yeah, but he sent me this video of himself dressed up as Captain America, a screenshot, his clients. He texted it to them saying, hey guys, it's me, Dennis, your local, whatever, Captain America, realtor, Captain, whatever he said. I don't remember what he said. Just stopping by with a little Halloween gift to let you know how much I appreciate you and your support of my business this year. I'm going to leave it on your front door. It's tucked right inside the front door. Just want to make sure you don't miss it. I look forward to, sorry I missed you. I look forward to connecting with you soon. Texted that to them. Or you could DM it on social, right? Because then they can share it. They were ecstatic. Like it blew up. Taylor, your cousin, did this he did these little, Great Harvest Bread Company has these little acorn breads, these little mini like loaves of bread, and it's like in the shape of an acorn or something like that, or squash bread, something. But anyway, it's like something they do in the fall and it's like a big hit. Everybody loves it. So he went and got these. They were like $5 for these little breads. And they were wrapped really cute in cellophane with a ribbon. He put his little tag on it and he went and popped by all of his past clients and left it. And everybody that he didn't meet, he recorded a little video. One of his clients put it out on social media and said, oh my gosh, I have the best realtor ever. I'm so excited. Can't wait to get home. He stopped by and left me this cute little gift for fall. I hope you have a realtor that's as good as mine, or if you need a referral, let me know. He's the best, right? Blew up, tagged him in it. That is the best. You can't pay for marketing like that. The best $5 he ever spent, right? Cassie, you do the same thing. I'm sure people absolutely love when you send them little videos of yourself, leaving them a little gift, showing some appreciation for them supporting your business this year.
I have a lot of pictures, one of my, she went to work, she was with the street. And through her entire process, she was like, okay, does the shed add value to it? I said, well, are we gonna leave it or are we gonna take it to do something? You know, so she sent me pictures of the entire process. I just have to sit down and put it on the wheel and then her anniversary was.
I still do that, by the way.
And the crazy thing about it is they bought their house exactly a year before their anniversary. And I had no idea when their wedding was going to be. So it was just like really, really cute.
Nice. Yeah. So something just to kind of wrap up, a couple little last tidbits. And then if you guys have anything you want to share. So some things that people are doing, this free fix and list program is a pretty cool advertising program. You can send this out. This was just an example that I saw in a webinar that I was on. I would do it as a nicer post or postcard, or you could create it as an ad, make it look nicer in Canva, but you could use Curbio. There's other contractors that are doing repairs ahead of time that will allow the seller to pay them at settlement for those repairs. So you could advertise a free fix and list program, get up to blank in free money for upgrades, renovations, and handiwork. Renovate now, pay at closing, sell for more, keep the profit, paint, flooring, examples of what you're using, you know, what they can get done in this fix and list program. And then create it as a marketing piece that you send out to people. Cassie did this with Curbio, where she had a listing that needed a shit ton of work. Excuse my language. It needed a lot of work. It was an estate sale, kind of. But she used Curbio. They came out, they did all the repairs to the property that needed to be done to make it look phenomenal. And then she sold it, listed it, sold it for more than what the seller would have been able to sell it as without these repairs done. And Curbio got paid at settlement. So really cool program. They come out, they do a video estimate with you.
Yeah, they do, a Matterport, stuff, and, you know, all that, and you go through and you pick out the, what color floor, whatever it is that you want, but everything is really consumed. And it takes the onus off of you as the realtor because they send you a project. And the project manager just gives you weekly reports, if there's something that they went into, then of course you have to deal with it, but it's really hands off for you. And you just make sure that, the thing is though, when you, 7 days after the final work is complete, it has to be on the MLS within 7 days. And when it goes under contract, you just connect them to the title company so that, to make sure that they're paid for that. It's really simple.
Nice. Yeah, that was awesome. I think that's a great idea. The other thing that a lot of people are doing right now, and I shared this yesterday, it's a tool in KV Core that you can utilize, is the property valuation reports. So calling through your database, your past buyers or sellers that have homeowners that have been in their property for a long time. So you can go into Remine and you can target a neighborhood and you call or email or mail, whatever you want to do, an offer to do a property market valuation report to go over with them what their home's current value is and how much equity they might have in their current home. Whether it's to, utilize it to purchase, they can purchase another property by cashing out some of their, whatever it might be, right? You can connect them with a lender, but your whole goal is to try and identify people that are curious to know how much equity they have in their property and do a property valuation report. It's like a CMA, but there was a cool email from Tom Ferry. I don't know if, John, do you get the Tom Ferry emails? No, you need to sign up for his newsletters, his emails. This one that came out recently, was a case study. Not this one. But it was a case study and he basically showed there's one agent that he works with that is an annual equity review. So this agent does annual equity reviews for all of his past clients every year. It's part of his strategy of one of his touch points to his database. He offers and tells them, I'm going to call you in whatever, third quarter, fourth quarter, whenever. And I do an annual equity review going over with you your home's property value, your current market value. And it's, he tells you right here, why would you do it? For most people, their home is their greatest asset. They review their investment portfolios, right? With whoever they're using for Edward Jones or for their stocks and bonds, they require them to come in usually and do an investment portfolio review once a year. Why would you not do the same on an asset that is their biggest asset, most likely? So this playbook is pretty cool because it gives you the strategy, reaching out to your database to provide value and help them think bigger. How can you tap into some of your equity or whatever it might be? Send a video greeting them, giving them a snapshot of their home's current value, what it means for them. In this, it's pretty cool. He actually gives you the video that he sends out. So this is this guy's video. I'll just share it real quick because it's pretty awesome. But you do this and it's another touch point to your database and it shows value that you add.
Hey Jane, it's John. I just wanted to shoot you this quick video message to say happy home anniversary. It's been 4 years since you bought your home over on Banana Street, and I hope it's been an amazing home for you guys. But in the meantime, I just want to say congratulations because without a doubt, over the last 4 years, you guys have done incredibly well. So I wanted to give you a market breakdown now that you've been in your house for 4 years now. So let's get into the numbers. When you purchased your home, you paid around $267 per square foot. Now, if you take a look at the screen right over here, this is the average price per square foot in your neighborhood just over the last 90 days, which is closer to $465 per square foot. That is That's unbelievable. You paid $695,000 for your home. Now, if we're just taking a look at values from like Zillow and Redfin, they have you right around 1.5 million, which is crazy to think that your home has more than doubled in value since you bought it. I mean, let's give that some time to sink in. Talk about a return on.
So you guys we get the picture, right? It's about a 3-minute video, so it's not a long video, but he goes over all these stats and all this information with them as their anniversary video that he does for them every year, which is pretty awesome. It's just a great way to stay top of mind and stay connected with them. So that's a really cool little tool to utilize to try to market for more listings. But where I wanted to go with that is, one of our agents in one of our 2 offices told me the other day when I saw him, he did this strategy because I taught this in a class last month, and he did this and went through his database and sent the property valuation reports from KV Core to like over 150 people or something like that in his database. It generated for him 9 listing leads. 9 people that he sent that property valuation report are in his pipeline that reached out to him that said, we think we're ready to sell.
He got to their email.
Yes. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, but the tip, did you share with him the tip?
Uh,
To remove did I tell you that tip? No, class yesterday, I taught it.
Mhm.
Take out the from email address completely. So what KV Core has told me late now,
have to give you one myself.
take it out completely, the from email. So there's no from email in there, because what that does is it creates masking, meaning it masks your KV Core email address to make it look like it's coming from casey@gmail.com or whatever you were using. That masking is what's pushing it, they think, into spam boxes. So they said, take out a from email completely. Don't put one in there.
So how do they know it's from you?
I'm guessing it
You put in the subject.
comes from your HyattandCompany.com.
Do you have, okay, so do you have, what email do you use? Like, do you use like your John Taylor at Exit Result? Okay, so I don't use that one. I did create, cause it keeps going to spam. And like, when I
You
do-
want the result.
So
A Gmail.
So I created Realtor Cassie Dorsey at Gmail.
And it's.
Right.
It did go to somebody's spam, but now she marked it safe, so it's fine.
And that's the other thing is that a lot of people have said that they just connected with their people and told them that I have a new email system. The emails are going to be coming from this email address. Please check your spam box and mark it safe so that you're sure to get my emails. The other option, this new one where you take it out. I want to answer your question.
Well, so many people get so many spam emails.
I know.
They're not gonna take the time to sift through all.
I know. So I want to answer your question though. So let me see if I can find an example. Let me send myself an email and see what it,
If that works, I'll.
Cause I get my own email. They come right to me. But a couple people, they have come in, you know, their spam, and they just, I asked them, like, can you just go and search Realtor Cassie Dorsey? They do it in pop up instead of reports, and that's all.
all right. So I'm going to send myself a market report. I took out my from email address in my KV Core account. So I'm going to send myself a market report.
Is it your face on your email?
Shut up. That was so embarrassing.
Right.
What didn't happen? What didn't happen? Oh my God, it was Casey's. I sent an email with Casey's email signature block on it. My video that I sent out, the first one I sent, which I'm praying went into everybody's spam boxes. Because I have admin access, and last time I was in my KV Core, I was helping Casey with her KV Core, setting it up and sending test emails. So then when I went to send out my video email, it sent it out from Casey Taylor with Casey's email signature block at the bottom. And I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. So then I fixed it. And when I fixed it to come out from myself, it went out from myself, but the email subject line said, video template blank. And then the email itself had double signature blocks. And I'm like, oh my God, I am such an idiot.
I didn't see the first one.
Yeah. Good times, good times, let me tell you. So I still went into my own spam box. And it does, there's no from email address. It just says Tina Hyatt via conversion.com. And if I click on that or hover over it, it showed me my email address. Oh, there it is. It's showing from my tina.hyatt@exitresults.com. But it still went in my spam box.
It's such a problem, like, market leader.
Never happened. I know.
So,
Why are they such
I
assholes
got
about,
something from
You know.
KB4 about it, cause I reached out to them. And it's so complicated. I don't know if they've given you the spiel. I don't understand anything that they're saying about how to
it's
keep
like
it out
a
of spam.
process.
So maybe send it to me. Is it something that I can do as the company admin for company wide, or is it something that everybody has to
I
do?
think it's something everybody has to do, cause
Oh my
it's way above my understanding. With the different letter, it's like RIPN, like it's all these different.
DNS domain name. Can you send it to me? Cause I might be able to understand it.
Basically, have to recode the whole
It's kind of like, yeah, and then I think the more you use it, the more familiar it becomes to, like, there's a lot analytically that goes on with it, the way I was reading it.
Yeah, but that's a problem. I mean, for as expensive of a system as this is,
How do they make it so that everybody, it comes over as spam?
Can you
when
send it
other
to
places
yourself
don't
and then
have-
forward it?
yeah, I mean, you could do that. Yeah,
I mean, I know it's an extra step.
yeah.
It's like, it's safe.
You know, the junk, you could forward it, you can send it to yourself, an email account that is you, the email from KB4, so that it's saved from you. And then if it was in your John Taylor at Exit Realty, could you then forward it to your people?
I mean, you could. The problem with that is, like you said, it's, I mean, if I'm doing 150 or 600 of these, or it's every single one. And the problem, like, you can't go into you can't go into like Market Leader. If I were to go into Market Leader, I mean, I guess what you could do is you could, but then why have a CRM with automated system? You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. It's very frustrating. So I'm still trying to work with them and trying to get a solution to it. Supposedly, as soon as you do that and mark it safe, it stops going into their junk mailboxes. But how do you do that when you're doing it to your entire database? It's not them, it's something with how I have no idea. It's not KV Core, it's the receiver's email accounts. So it's like Gmail is flagging conversion.com, which is the sender for KV Core. It's flagging that as spam because it's a mass email. Market Leader? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I need to go into, I wonder, I know there's a Facebook group
There is a Facebook.
for KV Core. I wonder if I go in there and ask in that group if other people, how they've fixed this issue.
You might be able to still. You know how you can first probably.
Yeah,
Doing the from email from, like I made a Gmail after, we thought that was the fix.
yeah,
Adding that to my phone, it's a little bit better than just like my actual work email. Cause I started getting more people looking on my website. Like before that, I even, I reached out to everyone on my database saying I have a website. Emails are going in the spam portion, make sure you check your spam folder and different things. And then I started using my Gmail or put the Gmail in there. And I started noticing more and more people start using my website, but that is still some say that. But it works better than, just having it regular.
hmm. The Gmail worked better.
Yeah.
It is a, email deliverability inside the state help desk. Okay, we do, one of the, And the view.
Here's one, yeah, August 22nd. How do you keep your email marketing out of the spam box? Keep your emails simple. Stay away from lots of graphics and links.
That doesn't help.
I was told to send out batches of 100 versus thousands. I just sent out one, just one. Seems like even doing that, we are ending up in spam and not getting responses. Then we send even just one email, it ends up in spam. We're having to tell active clients to search their spam folder for our email communications. Try turning off your email signature. There's- I've also read that what you put for your subject line.
Check your email. Check your DMs records for custom email.
Maybe worse.
And
They should be fixing this crap.
Exactly, for as expensive as it is.
How to
they
pre-
should
why
like
do-
this-
Here's the how to stop. Huh?
Or they should be like, we fixed it on our.
Right, exactly. Tell subscribers to whitelist your emails. Yeah, good luck.
But
Tell
that's
Gmail
like,
users.
you're Getting a hold of some of the people in your database.
Right,
where
do I have to
they
call
wanna be
through?
reached.
They
Yeah.
don't wanna be
A lot of people
spam.
Wanna be,
That's the
don't wanna
thing.
be reached.
They don't want.
Check
I had one person in my open house, she's like, oh, I see you want my email, are you gonna spam me? And I was
Yeah.
like, no, and she's like, okay, I'll write it down then.
Except that you are.
Well, she said like every day, I'm like, no, I don't do every day.
Mhm.
It's like, I'm sending something. every
Spam
day.
issues are more likely to occur when using a public email address. It's discouraged to use an email address with one of these. So it's discouraged to use an email address with one of these big providers. Gmail, Outlook,
Yep, all of that's what I.
that's what we use.
Yeah.
That's what everybody, what other ones are there? AOL?
AOL.
What? Check your DNS records for your custom email domain. Add an SPF record and include the following. Sendgrid.net. Oh dear. Add DNS records for your custom email domain. I mean, I can try to figure this out. Unless, but see, but here's the difference. I'll tell you why. And reading what they just sent me tells me exactly why. Market Leader, remember, so this is why we lost our, you know how everybody was like jtaylor.servingcentralmaryland.com, right? Servingcentralmaryland.com was our Market Leader domain name. That was given to us by Market Leader. And the outgoing email addresses, remember they had like jtaylor@servingcentralmaryland.com that the emails would come out from. It matched the domain name because it came from Market Leader. It was theirs. They set up what this is saying, all this stuff about your DNS record and your DKIM record. They handled all of that. So it all came from the same provider. It didn't come from HyattandCompany.com, which is a GoDaddy purchase domain, which is forwarding to our KV Core domain, which then our emails are coming from exitresults.com. It's the system is like, whoa, hold up. You're sending me here, which is sending me an email from here, from over here. And that's why it's, so I wonder if there's something that I can do with HyattandCompany.com based on this I'm guessing is what they sent to you, this DKIM.
Like that. I just forwarded you the text string from myself and the person that was helping me.
Okay.
Follow it. But yeah, there was a lot sort of going on.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, so that's why Market Leader worked, whereas KV Core, we have issues. But the downside to that is we lost that domain when we gave up Market Leader because they owned it. So that's the problem with that is then you're either tied to them forever and ever and ever, or once you leave them, you lose that domain. So I wonder if my friend, you know what, my security IT guy, Jeff Say, he might be able to help me with this. Let me reach out to him and see if he can help me with this. I'll try to give him a call after we get out of class.